Let's go live. Just checking. Oh, finally. Yay. Yay, 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 yay. Awesome. Now, doing this every day is sheer determination. I can tell you now that sometimes I don't feel like it. I would rather be sleeping. But it's determination that I am going to do a video every single day. No particular time, just whenever I can. And so far, occasionally I've had to borrow some time zones, but for the most part, I've done a video every day for, I'll have to check, but it's over 2 years now, I think. Definitely over a year. So, with that being said, a quote by the author we all know, I think most of us know. If you're in personal development in any way, self-development, you probably know Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich is one of his famous books. He said, effort only fully releases its reward after a person refuses to quit. That's the key right there. To develop persistence over the long haul, you have to cultivate inward determination on a continual basis. And if you do, someday your story may be similar to one of these. And some of the stories here, Eddie Akaro, who lost 250 consecutive races before he won his first. There's so many stories. We know of J.K. Rowling, who sent her books to numerous editors, got rejected over and over and over, but she did not give up. And then one person said yes. There's an Admiral Peary who attempted to reach the North Pole 7 times. I mean, North Pole. When I think of North Pole, that's definitely not something for me. I don't like cold. I don't like just the idea of having to climb anything in cold is enough deterrent for me. But he attempted to reach. There was a news article I read recently that really got to me, because there's a young lady who was part of this group. I don't know the stories about the rest, but the feature was on her because she was a mountaineer and she got caught in an avalanche and lost her life. Now, those are the kind of risks that this admiral put himself in. But he kept going. Fortunately, he didn't lose his life. And he reached the North Pole on the 8th try. Me, first try, I think I probably would have given up. Like, this is not for me. Because I don't even like the idea. But there are other things, the other areas that I will keep going. So you got to find your area where you would keep going. That no matter what, I am determined to get what my heart is set on. Some more stories to think about. Oscar Hammerstein. Now he and I forget the name of the co-producer. They wrote The Sound of Music. I remember watching that as a little girl and just fell in love with that love story. However, he had 5 flop shows that lasted less than a combined total of 6 weeks before he did the musical Oklahoma, which ran for 269 weeks. And at that time, it grossed 7 million. By the time you convert that to today's money, I'm sure it to be a lot more than 7 million. Want to hear some more? Of course, Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison, he worked on the electric bulb, light bulb, for over 999 times before finally on the 10,000 time, 10,000 or 1,000, I forget now. I think it was 10,000. I think it was 10,000. Someone can correct me. 10,000 times before it finally worked. And there are so many more. You might even have your own stories of working on something over and over and over, not giving up. I have many stories. Working on my driving test. That one I didn't have an option of quitting. I had to pass eventually, which I did after 3 times. So if we have a driving force, it helps when you're determined to get that achievement, when there's something behind it. For example, my driving, I had to get around. I didn't have a choice. I had to keep going. So even after I failed the exam, the driving test, I went back and eventually I got it. So using that same thought process, whatever it is, if you have a strong enough why and not let anything or anyone stop you. Just think about all the people that I mentioned earlier, like J.K. Rowling. Her story is amazing, very encouraging. Michael Jordan was caught. He was told he would never succeed, but he kept going because he had his heart set on it. So cultivate determination. Whatever it is you're working on, cultivate determination. Keep going, and you will get to your destination. So think about it. How determined are you to achieve your goals? And if you're leading a team, that even puts more reason to succeed, because now there are people who are relying on you as the leader. So how determined are you to achieve your goals and lead your team to success? I hope you're 100% in it to win it. And so with that, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now, and God bless.